I think across the board, all the advertising names were for much worse results. Google, Snap, Facebook. You have a clean sweep of all these companies producing way better than expected results. And everyone saw a major contraction at the end of March, but indicated that things have somewhat stabilized in April. And so we believe that, again, ultimately, the one thing that's binding this all together is the internet. And many of these applications are seeing a surge in users. Ultimately, we think the advertisers will come back uh, into the platforms. And so we think that this is more of a short-term phenomenon, but we do believe, again, when you look at the usage, material uptick in terms of time and number of users. And that's important because that's a lead for the advertisers to come back and say, look, the advertisers or the users are there. The advertisers will show back up. So things have not, necessarily come back as quick as we'd like to see. Both SMB and large enterprise, small, mid-sized business, and large enterprise have all pulled back. But we do believe, again, there's a big opportunity here going forward.
Brent, the only question I have about that, though, is how do we know that the users will stick? I mean, if we're seeing this big uptick in users or engagement or hours spent on the various apps because more people are staying at home and, let's be honest, often on the sofa, won't that story change too as the economy reopens?
It will, but I think what's going to happen is it's going to open slowly. This is not going to all of a sudden, so San Francisco, for example, today put a new opening for outdoor activities. Golf courses and a handful of things are going to open, but everything's going to open very slow. Everyone's going to be very distant, right? You're going to continue to see, I think, a very gradual reemergence of the consumer. And we're all going to be glued together by these apps in terms of learning what's happening, staying in touch with our friends and our work colleagues. And so we think ultimately it's going to be more of a phased approach. And that, again, will still continue to be good. So I don't think users all of a sudden are going to just turn off and not be in front of their screens. And so, again, I think when you look at global advertising, the shift to digital is underway. It's going to be underway in a bigger way. As the CEO of Microsoft said, you packed in basically 2 years of digital innovation into 2 months. And we think, again, from a technology perspective, you're seeing this across the board. The consumption of both cloud and consumer is like
Right.
nothing we've ever seen, and that's going to help these companies through this. And even outside of the recovery, we're going to see additional spend on these technologies.